I was kind of late to the lovemaking game because, well, I've been this tall since I was like 9. So, but I was like 180 pounds lighter. Let that mental photograph develop for a second. I had the physique of a Pez dispenser, and my parents, it was like they were trying to make me uglier, so they put me in braces with that headgear. Oh my God, the headgear. Oh, they should have called it the "You'll Never Get" headgear. That's what they should have called it. Ugly. Wow. But then I finally met somebody later, and she was, she was very sexy. She had a tattoo, which I love, and I wanted her to like me, so I got a tattoo, and it hurt so much. I don't know if you know this. They use a needle now. When I was a kid, you licked it, you stuck it right on there. Instant tat, the ice cream man tat. Now this guy goes in there with a needle and he makes a little zzz, 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 right? And I was like, oh, stop that immediately, please. That hurts a lot. The problem was I was gonna get something really big. I was gonna get the bat signal. Because I love Batman. Sometimes to this day, I'll be in my apartment alone and I'll just look in the mirror and I'll say, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Who are you? I believe I just told you. I'm Batman. But the bat signal is huge. That would hurt a lot. I mean, this hurt a lot. That hurt a lot. So I talked it over with the guy, and I got something still cool, just small. And you've probably seen these. I got a comma. And, well, it's more of a statement. It means stop. Okay, continue reading. That's what that means. It's tough. You better make sure you really want a tattoo before you get it, because it's permanent. Once the trend is over, you can't get rid of it. You know what I mean? It's a permanent trend. It would be like if in 1984 I said, you know what, everybody? I'm putting on these leg warmers and I'm never taking them off. I'm gonna get physical and never stop. I'm gonna take my passion and make it happen. Shaka Khan, let me rock you. So I'm over this girl's house and we're kissing, we're making out, we're Frenching. And all of a sudden, she looks in my eyes and she whispers. I love it when a woman whispers. I have a little bit of a sexy way of talking, so sometimes I'll talk through clenched teeth like that. and it's so sexy, it doesn't even matter what I say. I was like, baby, when I put into a York peppermint patty. But this girl, she whispered, and I love it. She said, I'll never forget what she said. She said, I want you. I want you. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. So I'm pretty smooth, so I immediately said, what? Because I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't know that it was code, you know what I mean? I was living with my mom. At the time, I lived at home with my mom till I was like 25 years old. Anytime a woman said, I want you, it was followed by instructions, you know? I was waiting for her to be like, I want you to take out the trash. I want you to get a job. But I was right on the money. I didn't panic or anything. I was so clutch. And she says, I want you. I looked her right in the eyes. I said, I'm Batman. I have so many movies. So many movies that I own. I have Netflix and I have On Demand. I love Netflix. Oh, I love Netflix. Chief reason of all. They brought Blockbuster to its knees. Rot in hell, Blockbuster. Rot in hell. Rot in hell, Blockbuster. With your outrageous late fees, your surly sales staff, and your criminally loose definition of new releases. Why is this a new release? Because it's in color? It's Braveheart, God damn it. I didn't even know Mel Gibson hated Jews when this movie came out. Hate Blockbuster. Love to see a Blockbuster that went out of business. It warms my heart. I drive by. You can always tell which store used to be a Blockbuster because it's empty and they've taken the sign down, but it still spells out Blockbuster in filth. They didn't save enough money to power wash the grime that was behind the sign, so it still says, and it's so appropriate. Ugh, rotten hell. First of all, how did they go out of business with my $60,000 in late fees? Would you gamble it away? I hate them. They were such hypocrites. They
They wouldn't rent you porn, but they would rape you with late fees. They had no problem sodomizing you with late fees. I can remember bringing in a movie and just being like so embarrassed, like I was like, it's been a while, what do I owe you? And the little jerk, he was like, oh no, that's all set. It's like, really? Yeah, keep it. Is some sort of amnesty declared or something like that? You want me to keep this? Oh yeah, we already charged $88 to your Visa. You own New Jack City for the rest of your life. Yeah. A movie that you couldn't bring yourself to watch in 6 weeks. Every time you move, you're gonna have to pack up, and that'll be a reminder as to what an irresponsible loser you are. Yeah, you own New Jack City on VHS for the rest of your life. I feel that it was the red envelope that is Netflix that brought Blockbuster to its knees. Netflix I love, but only instant. I don't really want the discs in the envelope anymore. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to go all the way to the mailbox, open up an envelope, take a disc out of the sleeve, open up my DVD player, put the disc in there, change the source on the TV. What am I, a migrant farm worker? I didn't come here to pick peaches. I just want to watch Total Recall.
It's a great job. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed. I love it. I've had other jobs. I've had a lot of, I used to work at Starbucks. And yes, great coffee at Starbucks. It's a great place to work. My boss, I used to wise off to my boss. Like one time, my boss, he told us we were hanging around at the cash register, and he says, I don't want you guys conjugating around the cash register. He told us he didn't want us conjugating. And I said, oh yeah, well I am, you are, he, she, it is. How's that? How's that? Then I went German. Wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind. How's that? They're like, you're Jewish, how do you know German? Well, if they ever pull that crap again, I'm gonna be the first to know. I got the inside track and I'll warn all the others. I worked at a convenience store. I'm not allowed to say the name, of course, but it added up to 18. And carry the one. My favorite story from there is that one time this guy came in. You know those hot dogs from the front of the store? The ones they've been in the same rotation for the past 11 years, right? And they're like 10 for a dime, basically. Just real quality. Nobody's even looked at them. They're on there. They're sweating. They're not exercising, but they're sweating, absolutely. Anyhow, this guy comes in. He says, yeah, I'll have 2 hot dogs. Can I have 2 hot dogs? What? Sir, I don't even think those are for sale. I think they're just a conversation piece, and the conversation is, who the hell eats this? Well, I think you gotta sign a release. I gotta call my manager. We gotta sign off some paperwork, turn keys at the same time, and we don't even have any buns. We are really not prepared for this at all. That was a fun job. I worked at an elementary school. I was a teacher. That was pretty good being a teacher. Oh, really? You guys are teachers? My elementary school teacher was crazy. I was nice. I never made a big deal out of the scissors. My teacher would go crazy. Remember those art class scissors? She would go banana. Don't remember the scissors. For the love of God, kids, don't remember the scissors. And do you remember the scissors? They couldn't cut Jell-O. Honestly, I got worse wounds from the brown paper towels. Remember the brown paper towels? You start off with a runny nose, wind up with a bloody nose? Yeah, those are delicate. I'd rather wipe my nose on an oak tree. There's less bark in an oak tree. But the scissors, she was so scared. Don't remember. She would hide them in her desk drawer, lock the bottom drawer to protect us from the scissors, which was brilliant, of course, except for the fact that in the back of the room, she would leave that giant paper cutter. Yeah, you could behead a cow with that thing. Oh, that's right, lady. Hide the safety scissors. Leave that portable guillotine out for everyone to play with.